Everybody ready to go? I'd like to call this meeting of the Jamestown City Council to order. Would the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Sheldon.
Here.
Brackman. Here. Karuba. Here. Reynolds.
Present.
Faulkner.
Here.
Eklund. Here. DeVersa.
Here.
Russell.
Here.
President Dole.
Here. At this time, we'll have a pledge of allegiance. Please stand for the pledge. Remain standing for the invocation, which today will be delivered by the Reverend Dr. William Blair of New Creation, Assembly of God. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please pray with me. Our Father, let your hand be upon us tonight, for peace, for strength, for wisdom, for you are the Prince of Peace, the fount of deepest wisdom and the strong rock on which we will ever be able to stand. We present to you ourselves. We present the welfare of our citizens and the business of our city, the special events and the festivals planned for the summer. We pray for no surprises that will challenge us in our budget. We pray for the safety of our workers, our policemen, our firefighters. Cause our leaders to be more than adequate for the challenges that face them. Daily renew their interests, their focus and resolve. Bless them with new vision for our community and a spirit of unity as they work together, leading our city and its people into a period of prosperity, strength, and freedom. Let us all see with new eyes the opportunities set before us as we lead this victory. In Christ's name I pray. Amen.
Do I have approval of the minutes of the May 23rd, 2022 voting session? Councilwoman Garuda and Councilwoman Eklund. Do you have any messages from the mayor?
We do. Dear council members, in June 2022, we have welcomed one new employee to the city of Jamestown, Chance Gates, Jamestown Police Department. I'm asking that this new hire be acknowledged and welcome to the city at the June 27, 2022 City Council meeting. Very truly yours, Edward A. Summers.
Okay. At this time, we have opportunities for persons to address the council. Is there anyone here who would like to address the council? Please state your name, your home address, and limit your remarks to 5 minutes.
Thank you. My name is John Zabrowski. I live at 2 Timber Lane, Jamestown, New York. Mr. Dulce and members of the City Council, thank you for this opportunity for making a public comment this evening. During the City Council public commentary on January 31st, 2022, I asked the question, why is the assessor full market value at an equalization rate on the City of Jamestown property tax bill? This question has received numerous responses from City Assessor Lisa Volpe. Thank you to Lisa for her prompt and detailed responses. This question remains open and unanswered. During the City Council meeting, public commentary on February 28, 2022, I asked the question, given the spectacular park systems we enjoy, with over 1,000 acres of parkland in the city of Jamestown, why do we need a dog park anywhere in the city? This question remains open and unanswered. During the City Council meeting public commentary on March 28, 2022, I asked the question, will the City Council consider a downtown retail incubator site at the former brewery location at the corner of 3rd and Washington? I noticed that there's for sale signs up on this site. This question remains open and unanswered. During the City Council meeting public commentary on April 25th, 2022, I asked the question, will the City Council consider a stipend or discount on property taxpayers' bills or BPU bills, or some other discounting mechanism in order to offset the cost for broadband access by private suppliers already providing these services to the citizens of Jamestown? This question remains open and unanswered. The City Council has taken up questions and some funding of public safety and housing issues over the past couple of months. Although the programming does not seem like it is comprehensive or completely strategic in addressing the city's aging housing stock, growing number of absentee owners, and Section 8 abuses. On the public safety end, there's also been a spectrum of hiring more firefighters, and hopefully there'll be an opportunity to settle their contract, as well as hiring more police. And this has been addressed for the short term. This is indeed a positive development for the citizens of Jamestown. But there's been no public discussion or overview of the city council meetings regarding the 2023 budget in conjunction with this housing and public safety action. My question to the city council tonight is, given the federal and state funding in hand, will the city council address tax stabilization in the form of long-term property tax reductions in order to stimulate growth in the city? One other comment for the city council this evening is that I've appeared before you for 5 out of the last 6 open sessions. I've asked simple and direct questions to this body, and not once has my ward representative or my at-large representatives reached out to me to respond, query, or attempt to understand the reasons for asking these questions. As your constituent, a business owner providing jobs in the city, my wife is a business owner also providing jobs in the city, owning a house and property in the city and paying city property tax and school taxes. It is really a stark demonstration of the lack of transparency of this body and the upside down manner in which the body conducts its business. Don't complain about losing population and businesses when you don't even care to respond to legitimate constituent questions or comments. This body needs to change or reform in terms of how this meeting is conducted and how it gathers information from the citizens of the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council this evening? Seeing none, we'll move on. Any presentation of petitions or communications? Move on to reports from our standing committees. We'll start with our finance committee, and the first 10 resolutions will be read by Councilwoman Karuba.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing payment of the regular audit.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the city controller to make the following amendment to the 2022 general fund budget for City Hall lobby furniture as follows. Increase appropriations City Hall equipment 8.1620.0200, $9,172.40. Decrease appropriations contingent account 8.1990.0400, $9,172.40.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution revising and updating the City of Jamestown Management Employee Guidelines effective retroactive to January 1st, 2022.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution designating $500,000 and no cents in American Rescue Plan Act Healthy Communities and Neighborhoods funds for the purpose of funding the Senior Citizen Home Improvement Incentive Program.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I would like to comment, thank you, Mr. President. I have had a number of people reach out to me in support of this. They've been very pleased to see the funds that have been designated and wanted to convey that to the entire council, and thank you for their support.
Thank you. Any other questions, comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution designating $500,000 and no cents in American Rescue Plan Act Healthy Communities and Neighborhood funds for the purpose of funding the Home Improvement Incentive Program.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Reynolds.
Aye.
Faulkner.
Aye.
Eklund. Diversa.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Bose.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution adopting the attached EMS billing policy for the city of Jamestown effective immediately.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze and authorizing the filling of the following position due to the essential nature of the position. 1 clerk, 2 in the Jamestown Police Department, and it's been noted that it's vacant due to a resignation.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze and authorizing the filling of the following position due to the essential nature of the position, controller, and also noted the position is vacant due to a resignation.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze and authorizing the filling of the following position due to the essential nature of the position. 1 deputy controller in the office of the controller. And to note that this is funded through ARPA and it is a new position.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing and directing Mayor Sunquist and Chief Jackson to enter into a purchase agreement with Crime Point for 6 utility pole transformer surveillance cameras in an amount not to exceed $75,900 and no cents.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye. The next 11 resolutions will be sponsored by Councilwoman Eklund.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Academic Partners for recruitment services in an amount not to exceed $15,000 and no cents.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Nay.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Nay.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the city controller to make the following amendment to the 2022 general fund budget for recruiting services as follows. Increase appropriations, engineer contractual, A.1440.0499, $15,000 and no cents. Decrease appropriations, contingent account, A.1990.0400, $15,000 and no cents.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Nay.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Nay.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Mr. President, I have a resolution authorizing the payment of $41,156.27 interest on public improvement bonds, Series A.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the payment of $55,700 and no cents interest on public improvement bonds.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the controller to make the following amendment to the 2022 general fund budget for new copiers as follows. Increase appropriations, accessory equipment, $8.1355.0200, $4,051 and no cents. Increase appropriations clerk equipment, A.1410.0200, $6,327.00. And decrease appropriations contingent account A.1990.0400, $10,378.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor to submit the fiscal year 2022 annual action plan to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution approving and endorsing the application of St. Luke's Episcopal Church for a grant for the front porch stabilization project.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with Alert Media for a citywide emergency alert system.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I have a resolution, or Mr. President, I have a resolution authorizing the mayor, I'm reading ahead, to enter into a grant agreement with the Chautauqua Watershed Conservancy to treat the tree of heaven along the Chautauqua River in an amount not to exceed $17,760.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
Mr. President, I'd just like to say that the members of the Riverfront Management Council support this resolution. They also appreciate the funding that we approved late last year that allowed the removal of the trees and cleanup of the river.
Any other questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a grant agreement with Paramount Roofing for engine company for roof replacement in an amount not to exceed $121,400.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Aye. Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into a grant agreement with Greenman Pedersen Engineering Incorporated for Jamestown City Hall roof inspection and select repairs in an amount not to exceed $19,500.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund? Aye. DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye. And just a note, resolution number 22 has been tabled for a month for further information to come forward. Move on to public safety, and the chairman of public safety, Councilman Sheldon, will sponsor resolution 23.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution requesting the Board of Public Utilities install one new 150-watt equivalent LED fixture at the following location: BT pole 17415 Crossing Street.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
DeVersa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Jones?
Aye. That concludes our pre-filed resolutions. And then a report from special committees, report of city officers, report from council persons on administrative boards.
I'd just like to comment that the new director, Jane Babinski, held a grand opening of the Greek Heritage exhibit at the Fenton History Center last week, Wednesday. It's very interesting and talks about the, what the Greek community has contributed to our community, going back to the Greek festival, the church. And it's very interesting, well thought out, well put together. It's been in the making for about a year. And if you get a chance, I would highly encourage you to go and view this. It's very well done. The Fenton would appreciate the participation of the community to see this.
Thank you. Any other?
I'd like to offer up congratulations to Regina and her committee for a wonderful celebration of Juneteenth. It was very well attended and very well organized, and I ate a lot of hot dogs.
I appreciate that.
No, Regina did a fabulous job, and thank you for your commitment.
Is there any unfinished business? There are two resolutions, actually three, but one has been tabled, so the resolution 24 will be sponsored by Councilwoman Karuba.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution resolved that the city controller be and hereby is authorized to make the following amendment to the 2022 general fund budget for City Hall roofing as follows. Increase appropriations engineer contractual 8.1620.0200, $19,500.00. Decrease appropriations contingent account 8.1990.0400, $19,500.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
President Bose?
Aye. The next resolution will be sponsored by Councilwoman Eklund.
Thank you, Mr. President. Whereas the Jamestown Newton Rotary and Rotary Club of Jamestown Community Service Fund Incorporated, RCJCSF, is desirous of contributing a Jamestown welcome sign that will be constructed at the corner of 1351 North Main Street. There now therefore it be resolved that the City of Jamestown hereby accepts the donation, and be it further resolved that the Jamestown City Council hereby extends its appreciation and gratitude on behalf of the citizens of the City of Jamestown to the Rotary Club of Jamestown for their generous donation.
Thank you. Any questions or comments?
I just want to add that this amount is well and above and beyond that $65,000, greatly appreciated, and will be a beautiful welcome to Jamestown sign at the city gateway, so we appreciate it.
Any other questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman?
Aye.
Karuba?
Aye.
Reynolds?
Aye.
Faulkner?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Diversa?
Aye.
Russell?
Aye.
And President Bose?
Aye. And as I mentioned, Resolution 26 has been tabled for further discussion and questions to be answered, to be acted on in the next month. Is there any other new business to come before the council?
Not new business, but comment.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to announce that the Adult Senior Center held an open house and dedication, which had to be postponed to last Friday. And they have rededicated and renamed the facility the Versick Lux Center. It was the former First Baptist Church. It was donated. They appreciated the investment of many community foundations and community development block grant funds. They were very appreciative. They've done a beautiful job renovating and restoring that building. And unfortunately, both Frank and Karen will look to be retiring in the very not so distant future. But they've been great assets to the community and their dedication and commitment to serving seniors and the population at this center. It's a beautiful facility. If you ever get a chance, please take a look. There were many, many people there to congratulate them and appreciate the work that they've done in the community. And lastly but not least, I want to publicly comment and thank Greg Rabb. He chaired his last Planning Commission meeting on Tuesday of last week. He has been a passionate volunteer in our community for many years. He served as council president. He was a faculty member at JCC. He took many students abroad. His commitment as a volunteer to our community in terms of all he believed in, his passion for inclusion as well as maintaining a community that we could all be proud of. And I want to wish him very well. He will definitely be missed. I know I served on a number of things, including strategic planning with him, which he chaired. He was always concerned about making sure that we were doing everything in a way that benefited the community and everyone in the community. As I said, you just could not have found a more passionate, committed individual who came to this community from another area and dedicated himself to improving the lives of everyone here. So on my behalf, I'd like to thank him again for all he did. Our loss is the city of Buffalo's gain, as he will be returning there where he came from to begin working in development again, his passion. So I'd like to thank him. That's
Thank
it.
you.
I'd like to make a comment. In response to what Mr. Zabrowski said about why does the city need a dog park when there's thousands of acres of parks, there's the leash law in the city. I can't let my dogs run at the parks. My dogs are great, they don't take off, but out of respect for somebody that might be afraid of dogs, I have 2 80-pound golden retrievers that would love to be petted, and if somebody doesn't want dogs around them in the parks, they need to remain on their leash. Also, we frequent dog parks all over the area. It's nice to give them a fenced area that they can run in, or if not, it makes it way better at home for us when they're worn out on occasion. And we can't allow them to do that at the parks currently. We have a fairly large yard fenced in. It's just not big enough for them sometimes, so that would be, in my opinion, why a dog park is a necessity for residents that don't have a yard but do have larger dogs.
Any other questions or comments? Just a brief comment too, I wanted to tag along with that. Since Mr. Zabrowski has taken the time to come to this council several times, and he's here on a beautiful summer night as our only guest, I would request, can you send me all of those? There's a lot of different questions. Can you send me those in an email so that I can address them?
Sure.
Go a little bit more thought and detail, and he deserves an answer to those questions, and I want to make sure that he's taken the time to come here, and he should get some answers to those questions. So, thank you. Is there any other comments? If not,